we were just keeping an eye on this and really just not the movement that we were hoping to see this morning.
We were waiting for that 7 a.m. position update and hoping that there might be some indication that it's starting to move, but it's still stationary over the Bahamas.
And the eye will wobble around a bit. It looks like that on the satellite, but eventually we'll start to see it move north, and that's what we're waiting for it to see, that latitude start to go up.
And that's what the forecast models are predicting, that it will turn north-northwest, and the National Hurricane Center expecting that as well, as we are too later today. Right now, though, as we look at the latest 7 a.m. advisory, still a Category 3, max sustained winds of 120 miles an hour, but we have reports of winds gusting as high as 150 miles an hour. So this is still a major, dangerous hurricane just sitting here over the Bahamas and battering Grand Bahama especially. So residents there really should just still be in shelter and in their safe place, because Dorian is still not moving. As we look and see the location, 110 miles east-northeast of West Palm Beach, Florida. And this is the storm size, which has grown, as although the winds have weakened, we are seeing that wind field has expanded, and that was to be expected. So Category 3, likely just moving to the east here of our area and of Palm Beach County as we head throughout the day today. And we don't want you to focus on just the forecast track, because any little shift or wobble in that track could determine some higher level of impacts for everyone here along the Florida coast. As you can see, it is forecast to remain just offshore of the northeast Florida coast as we get into tomorrow afternoon, and then likely just off the Georgia coastline as a Category 3, although everyone here will remain on high alert across the southeast coast, especially the Carolinas, where potentially a Category 2 Hurricane Dorian could be making landfall or just deliver a glancing blow there as we get into early Friday morning. Cat 1 likely just off the mid-Atlantic and northeast and New England coastlines before it continues moving northeastward. Now here's the latest satellite view, and all the eye wall is not as well defined as earlier. You can see that deep convection and the damaging winds and also the flooding rains that continue across the Bahamas. Computer models in agreement that Dorian will move northwest and north and eventually northeast, so up and down the Atlantic coast. Everyone is still remaining vigilant and prepared, hopefully. The Bahamas under the hurricane warnings, as well as tropical storm watch for Broward County still in effect. Hurricane watch for Palm Beach County, areas north of Palm Beach County, all the way through the northeast Atlantic coast of Florida under hurricane warning. Hurricane watches now in place for the Georgia and the Carolina coastlines, as well as those storm surge and watches, because we could be dealing with storm surge, especially across the central north coast of Florida. Hurricane force winds extend out 45 miles from the center, as well as tropical storm force winds extending at 105 miles out from the center of Dorian. And that means we are feeling the effects here in South Florida, as sustained winds in Broward could be 25 to 30 miles an hour, especially later today. Broward gusts 40 to 50. Miami-Dade sustained winds 20 to 25. Gusts as high as 35 to 45. So through this evening, gusty rain squalls, lightning, and the slight risk of isolated tornadoes. For more on our local forecast, we have meteorologist Dave Warren.
Yes, the wind and the rain is what we will be watching today here with these bands. There's one has been in the Straits, and still a few showers developing here in the lower Keys. And you'll have to go all the way north there from the lower Keys up into Palm Beach County to see the next one. It's holding together as it moves south of Broward County. This is where you get that wind picking up and the rain coming in. They had some of these squalls yesterday. If you're out driving, it's blinding rain. The visibility drops quickly and the wind speeds pick up. Now, Boynton Beach had one or two bands come through earlier. Wind picked up to about 40 miles an hour, but for right now, you can see that it's pretty quiet on a real-time Doppler. We'll watch these showers continue to increase, and as that storm eventually moves off to the northwest, the winds will increase, but sustained 23 out of the west, 17 in Fort Lauderdale. Look at the gusts, though; they're a little higher. Last hour, 33 miles an hour in Pompano Beach. Fort Lauderdale as at 28 and 23 in Miami. That's going along with the overall trend. You have to go farther north to see these stronger winds. No gusts reported in Homestead or the Keys, but the winds gust as these showers push through. Now, we have one band in the Straits, a few more that are spinning out and coming into the central Florida coast and working their way south. The computer forecast will show this is picked up initially, and it kind of works through the area as the storm eventually moves northwest by about 4 or 5 o'clock. That's when the wind speeds will really start to increase and could be at their peak. And that'll be up towards Palm Beach County where they're stronger, but still in Broward County and even to the south. You could get an occasional wind gust with these bands that come through. Storm lifting north throughout the day Wednesday, and it'll take that band there with it here, which is to the south. Even with that west wind, the wave action will lead to some coastal flooding and advisory all the way through Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Gusty squalls today, 88 degrees, 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts with higher with the gusts being higher, especially there to the north.